I'm a Vietnam veteran. Went in on a buddy plan with 4 other guys. We met each other and we worked in the mailroom all together. Worked there probably about 9 months, and we all decided one day we wanted to go in the military. So we waited for our time to come up. We went in '68, went to basic in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, did our basic training. Went to AIT in Fort Gordon, Georgia. Met my good buddy there. His name was Larry. His name was on the truck behind me. Kind of a dedication to him. We was in jump school together, and we jumped all the time out of planes. Finally, about a month and a half later, they sent us orders to go to Nam, and that's where we ended up. And we called each other pals, and we hung out quite a bit when we were stateside. He came to my house in Ohio, and he met my family. I went to his house in Jersey. We stayed there about, probably 2 weeks. I met his youngest brother and him, and his oldest brother just got out of the Navy, and we went downtown New York, had a great time. We left there, went to my mom and dad's, and then we left and went to Nam. And we got to Vietnam. We was together probably about a week. We was in the same unit as when we left, and then we got split up when we got to Nam. Larry was a little bit lower down to the south. He went to the 173rd Airborne. I went to the 1st Field Force, attached to the 75th Rangers, November Company, in the upper highlands of Vietnam. I kept track with him all the time. We was trying to see each other and we couldn't. It just didn't work out. And we never got to see each other again. We was in 2 different places in the country. I really miss Larry. He was kind of my best buddy. He got killed by a bouncing Betty, is what they called it, and that was in the 9th month that we was in Nam. From there I stayed. I put an extension in through my battalion. Battalion commander approved it. Stayed about an extra 7.5 months, and he said, "Sarge, it's time for you to leave." I packed my bags, come back to the United States, got our plane tickets, took off and went to our separate ways. And then after that, just time went on. I was in total about 8.5 years. I did a dedication to Larry for this truck, and his whole family has seen it. They really appreciate it. It's the wall in Washington, D.C., and it's his panel number, line number, and the date he was born, and the day that he died in Vietnam, and his emblem for the Sky Soldiers of the 173rd Airborne Brigade. And it was kind of a dedication to him for sacrificing his life. And that's kind of more or less what brought me into decorate this truck and take it to parades and dedicate it to the soldiers, the men, the women, and anybody that was involved with the wars. Together, and they just fit in together. There's 12 flag holders on the truck, and there's 12 flags that go with it. The next one is United States Army. It's across to the other side. It usually took me about an hour to set the truck up for a parade because of all the flags and where they go and stuff. And this is the United States Marine Corps flag. That's one thing about the truck when I first got it, that I wanted to make sure that all the services were covered, and appreciation for all the veterans and the people that's in the service, our freedom. carried a grease gun and a pistol. I jumped out over the Florida coast, and I jumped out of a lot of them at Benning there, a lot of them at Benning. Yeah, I jumped out of Bragg a lot after I come back. 82nd Airborne. Probably the best jump there was Normandy. I've had a couple, what they call cigar rolls. I had to use my reserve 2 times, I think, out of all my jumps. That was kind of scary, but it helped me, and it was no big deal. I got on the ground, it's sand. It drug me for a little ways. Yeah, the main chute kind of folded, bended. The risers rolled around the main chute and kind of closed it up about halfway, and I had to use my reserve. That's probably the scariest jump I ever had. The wind wasn't blowing, that was a good thing, until I hit the ground. When I hit the ground, then the wind picked up a little bit. It picked up the chute and flew it out all the way. It dragged me across the sand for a ways. It's hard for me to remember back that far of all the things that I went through and what I did. Yeah, they come in, pick us up, and take us to another LZ, or either they pick us up, take us back to base camp on stand down. I was in Khartoum and Pleiku most of the time, because they hit us when we come up a hill. One of their mortars from a rocket launcher. In the field, there was 6 of us, and it went in between me and another guy. He got a little bit worse than I did. I took it right in my left shoulder. It stayed in there a while, and they decided to take it out because they was afraid it would move towards my heart, and so they took it out, and I was handicapped for, I don't know, probably about 6 to 8 months from it. They didn't take it out until I got back in the United States, so it was an ambush, and it was going up towards the Ho Chi Minh Trail. We just went out, make contact with the enemy, and call the gunships in. About what we did, unless we got into a firefight, and then we have to stand around for whatever it took till they got there. We met a lot of NBA. They come down from on the Ho Chi Minh Trail towards the southern Vietnam, the highlands there, and they went different ways, and we had battalions that passed us before, and they'd never even seen us because we was in the jungle and stuff. It was a bad experience and a good experience, and I wouldn't give it up. I was glad to go over there and serve a country.